for reading. I think it is very interesting because it explains how reading stories can help our surprised to learn that reading fiction helps us understand other people's feelings and thoughts. We read about characters or brain words like we are living ourselves. The means reading stories makes us more imaginative and more understanding and other people. I think this is very important because it can help us become better people. It is also like the part about brain scans, reading creates a new connection in the brain. Like exercising our muscle. So reading is not on learning, it is a way to train our brain. This makes me want to read more books. I feel in new way. Is also agree with the speaker that reading fiction can make society better. It's more people read stories and understand others. We can live in kinder and more empathetic world. In conclusion, I believe reading is very powerful. It our brain teaches us to understand other people. Fiction is not a waste of time. It is very useful for everyone. Thank
Okay, hello, my name is Denisse Castro, and I agree with you, Jessie. Rita Carter explains that reading is one of the most powerful activities we can do because it changes the way our brain works and even the we read, especially fiction, our brain doesn't just recognize words, it actually lives the story. And the same areas of the brain that activate when we experience real emotions or actions also light up when we read about them. And this means that reading helps us imagine, feel, and understand what others are going through. Carter points out that this ability builds empathy because by putting ourselves in the place of a character, we practice understanding real people in our lives. And she also explains that reading improves in, concentration, memory, and imagination. It allows our minds to travel to new worlds, explore different perspectives, and experience emotions we might never feel otherwise. Through reading, we connect not only with the stories, but also with humanity itself. However, Rita Carter warns that today many people spend more time on phones, social media, and short text, which can reduce our capacity for deep thinking. That's why she encouraged us to keep reading, to make it a habit that trains the mind and touch the heart. Reading, she says, matter because it makes us wiser, more reflective, and above all, more human.
Thank you, Betsa. Hello, everyone. My name is Cando, and I want to focus on how reading fiction actually transforms our brain and emotion in powerful ways. Rita Carter explained that reading is not something we are born knowing how to do. Unlike speaking, which come naturally, reading is a skill that must be learned, and when we learn, our brain create new connections. Every time we read, our brain build different pathways that make it stronger, just like exercise and muscles. Also, we when read about a person's actions or emotions, our brain reacts almost as if we were experiencing those things ourselves. For example, if we read about something running or feeling pain, the same areas of of our brain become active as if we were doing or feeling it. This show that reading actions allow us to live many lives through the characters, to feel their happiness, their fear, and even their pain. Even that reading fiction is not only fun or entertainment, but also a tools for personal growth. It's help us thinking deeper, feel stronger emotions, and connection better with others. That's why Rita Carter says reading truly matter becomes it's make our brains and our hearts work together, improve our knowledge and stranger thing, our ability to understand ourselves and others.
Okay, from my point of view, regarding the topic of the video, why reading matters, something that caught my attention is how reading changed the way our brain processes the world. Reading is not just about learning things, it actually remodels the connections in our brain, as if we were exercising different muscles. Every book we read, regardless of the genre, helps you improve memory, concentration, and creativity. I also found it interesting how reading fiction allows you to experience many different lives. When we follow a character's journey, our brain reacts as if we were in the character situation, as if it were happening to us. Immersing ourselves and adapting to the context not only makes the story exciting, but it also trains you to feel empathy and understand deeply. In a way, every book give us the opportunity to step into someone interesting how reading can help society in general. When more people practice empathy through stories, we can develop reading comprehension and culture. In conclusion, reading is much more than entertainment. It strengthens our brain, enriches our imagination, and teaches to connect with others.
Hi, my name is Luis Calero, and after watching the talk, I really understood how powerful reading can be. I used to think reading was only for learning or for fun, but now I see that fiction has a much deeper impact. Rita Carter explains that when we read stories, our brain reacts almost as if we are living what the characters live. I found this amazing because it means that through books we can experience many emotions and situations without leaving our room. She also says that reading fiction helps us understand other people better. I totally agree with that because when we read from another person's point of view, we start to imagine how they think and feel. I believe this makes more empathetic and kind in real life. What I like most about the talk is the idea that reading is like exercise for the brain. It connects different parts of our mind and helps it stay active and healthy. I think this is very true and it motivates me to read more often. In conclusion, I believe that reading really matters, not only to get knowledge, but to become more open minded, creative, and understanding.
Hello, my name is Yulima Carrera. In my opinion, this talk is really inspiring because it shows that really fiction is not only about imagination, it's about becoming more human. I totally agree with Rita character when she says that reading can actually change our brain. I think that's that reading helps me relax and understand myself better. When I read stories, I can connect with the chapters' feelings and situations. Sometimes I even find answer to things I going through in real life. Is like reading gives me a new perspective. I also believe that reading fiction improves creating and empathy. For example, when characters and emotions, we practice putting ourselves in someone else's place. This make us more open mind and kind in real life. In my case, reading in English has also helped me improve my vocabulary and think in another language, which is very accessible for my studies. But more importantly, it helps me feel closer to other cultures and ways of thinking.
Hello, my name is Jeimmy Chapi, and after hearing all these reflections, I become to understand that reading is much more than just a habit or a source of entertainment. It's a powerful way to transform ourselves. Every story we read changes something inside us. It helps us think differently, feel more deeply, and see the world from new perspectives in our busy digital lives. Reading also gives us something rare, time to slow down and focus. When we open a book, we enter a quiet space where we can reflect, imagine, and connect with our own emotions. It's like taking a break from reality, but at the same time learning more about it. I also believe that reading teaches disciplines and creativity and attention, and finishing a book gives a real sense of accomplishment. Each story we read feeds our imagination, helping us explore ideas and emotions that we might never experience in everyday life. Through reading, we not only discover new words, but also discover more about ourselves, our values, our dreams, and even our fears. That's why reading truly matters. But because it trains our mind, inspires our imaginations, and helps us grow as more thoughtful and understanding human beings. Thank you so much.